Folks, welcome back to Dear Crabby. I'm Frank, and as always, if you've got questions, you can always reach me at dearcrabby9@gmail.com, or you can telephone me at 312-725-9973, and you can leave a brief message of your question, and I'll try to help you as best that I can. But keep in mind, I'm not a psychologist, I am not a psychiatrist, and I never will be at this age. And folks, today we've got a question that is entitled, Life is Tough and It Just Gets Tougher. So this is a young fella that's writing in. He says, I like music and television and movies. I have a lot of friends. I'm very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive, deep thinker. I keep a journal. I'm a freshman in high school and I act like a mediocre rebel. I like that. Mediocre rebel. I don't really like people telling me what to do sometimes, and use the philosophy that I'll act the way I act, and if I get in trouble, I'll get in trouble and it's none of your business. So that's his philosophy. But lately he says, life has just gone haywire for me. My 11-year-old brother is driving me crazy. His sense of humor and possession is crazy. Stealing my things like other people's Christmas presents from me. And when I go into his room while I'm looking for them, he pelts me with his pillows and laughs and does other things that are unnecessary and just for his enjoyment. Also, his habits like singing off key, it may sound selfish, but it's true, and other things like typing really slow, I like to type fast, and things like that are selfish. High school is tough socially, but that is another story. Life in general is tough, and I'm just in a tough period right now. Can you give me some advice on how to deal with things like my brother and how to gain the attention of some girls who don't give me any? Well, I think that you've described a situation that is probably happening in multiple different households throughout the whole United States. So first of all, how do you deal with your brother? He's 11 years old. Just kind of try to get along with him. I mean, basically, I know that there's that age difference, but when you guys get older, you're just going to remember the good times that you had and things that you did that were fun together. So just try to do things that are fun together. Yeah, he's going to be a little bit of a nuisance right now doing the stuff that you described, but I mean, that happens with everybody, to be honest. So don't worry about that. He's just being a kid. So the other thing is the way that you've kind of found your own way here. You say that you're a mediocre rebel. And how do you gain the attention of some girls who don't give you any attention? Well, there's undoubtedly things like band that you're involved with. There's high school sports that you're involved with. And I think that'll happen in time. So you sound like a good kid who's on the right track as far as how to gain the attention of some girls who don't give you any attention. I think that that'll just come in time. Just work hard at what you do. Stay in school, work at school. If you're great in sports, continue at that. And the girls will follow. They'll notice. Just give them a little chance. They'll catch up with you. So here's a question. Boyfriend likes bandwidth. My boyfriend is on the internet all the time. As soon as he's home after dinner, he turns on the computer and there he sits and is totally absorbed in whatever he's doing. How do I get him to spend less time on the net? Well, there's another question that's really unfolding. I bet you're probably one of a million people who have got that same question. If it's not the computer, it's the iPad or it's the iPhone or, the Android phone, what have you. I get it. And it's happening all over the place. I mean, this is basically the scourge of our society, isn't it? So he's on the internet all the time. And as soon as he gets home after dinner, he turns on the computer and there he sits, totally absorbed. So how do you get him away from what he's doing there? Does he like movies? I mean, you could suggest a movie that's coming on, or you could suggest doing things like people used to do, like getting on a bike or walking or taking a car ride together. Maybe you can sort of entice him by saying, if we can go and check this out over here, or even if it's just going to a store or a shop or something like that, maybe do something in that he likes to do. I think the object is going to be for you to try to get him away from the computer. And how do you do that? That's really the question that you have. Is it a matter of telling him that you want to go to a store or something like that, and on the way do something he likes to do? I don't know, maybe it's stopping at Dairy Queen, something like that. But just trying to get him away from the computer any way that you can. And just express your concern with him. Tell him that you would like to spend more time talking to him and understanding what his day was like and just doing regular people things and just seeing if he responds to that. It's just a question that is just so problematic with so many people in this country right now that the internet just sucks you in, doesn't it? And I just don't know. It's challenging to try to get people away from that, but I think that you can do it. You've just got to think of things that you might like to do together and sort of insist that you want to do these things. And then maybe you could also have a conversation with them in terms of, why don't you spend an hour with me? Maybe it's cleaning in the house, doing something like that. And then you can spend an hour on the internet, an hour with me, an hour on the internet, and sort of say it jokingly, but in a way you're sort of telling them, hey, look, this might be an addiction, as it is with so many people. So here we have a question that is, can you say NetNanny? So this question is, I broke up with my ex. Now I just can't get over the fact that he will be seeing other women. Really? I found out that he's been talking to other women on the internet, getting phone numbers and everything. And he's also been watching other women on the internet. I found this out after we broke up already. He has been doing it since we were together. What is his problem? Oh my gosh. This is kind of interesting here. I broke up with my ex. So you're not with him together. And his problem is always looking for something better. Some people have this problem. Maybe you just weren't meant to be together. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not a reflection on you. It's not a reflection on you. It could be a problem that he's got. And you sound like you're having maybe a little trouble about why did he break up with you. It sounds to me like, to be honest, it sounds to me like he's got some issues. And you're probably going to benefit in time by not being around this guy. I mean, if he was seeking out other numbers and talking to other women, and all this kind of stuff, it's better off that he's gone, to be honest. Really is better off. So, folks, I want to thank you for watching this episode. And as always, I'm going to repeat it again here. If you want to reach me with your questions, it's dearcrabby9@gmail.com or 312-725-9973. Shoot your questions out to me. I will do my best to get them on, and we'll talk about it and see what we can do to help. Till next time.